Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader, Thursday, October the 6th, and these are the charts of the day. Well, the market had it 3 days in a row now up, and we were getting a little long in the tooth here, but and I do expect some consolidation. I think tomorrow's going to be kind of a consolidation day, maybe a tough trading day, but in any case, it's been a good week. Let's go over some stocks that have been moving, emerging, or that have held up the best and look the most optimistic for me anyway. There's about a dozen of them or more. ECTE. A stock I just discovered and I recommended this morning about 305, went up to 335 and backed off to 312. Still, it was up 14%, up 38 cents today, and broke out across this declining tops line and through to 21. It got up to 50 and backed off. So at this point, we were waiting to see whether we can get a follow through and get through today's high to get this up into the 384 range and then 4.5. That's my target, followed by additional upside at 5.5. But a little bit further down the road is a secondary target. EBS, Emergent BioSolutions, been acting well the last few days as it thrusted through this declining top line today with a thrust of $1.87 or 11%. Volume was 580,000 shares. That's strong for that stock. More importantly, got through lateral price resistance, so it looks like it's emerging here. Definitely emerging. Emergent BioSolutions is emerging. But the low here in May, as well as the one in July, may prove to be resistance, and let's call that our initial target up around 20 and a half, 3/4 for another couple points. If we get through that, then I'd look for something closer to 24.5. CMTL has had a significant price volume surge as rumors swirl that this is a takeover candidate, but look at the kind of head and shoulders bottom that it completed. With a thrust and a breakaway gap today, the stock popped 270 or almost 10%, traded 2.2 million. And is at the highest level since December last year. And there is resistance up there, which I'm going to be looking to see if we can tag. This is my trading target up around 32.5 short term. Gets through that, looking at 35.6. Regeneron continues to act great. And after spiking up and then coming down hard with the market and breaking this key support area, we blew right back through that today. Back up through the 50 lateral price resistance and the 21-day moving average to close up 555 or almost 9.4%. Volume was at 1.2 million shares. It looks like it could start to run again and get up into the mid to high 70s. That's my trading target. STZ Constellation Brands had a significant day today, gapping up and running $1.68 or 9%, 5.7 million traded. You can see that this declining tops line has been holding it back for the last 5 or 6 months. It was broken, as was the late August rally high. And this lateral price resistance here was taken out and closed above. That would lead me to my next objective up in this zone across these highs and lows here at about the 22 range short term, and then 23.5. If we get through that, I would look to see the stock maybe in the mid to high 20s. Nuance had a very big day today, up 9%, $1.78, but more importantly, after blowing through this lateral price resistance here and then backing off to test the moving average, it spiked right back up today and is now about to test the 22.5, 3/4 zone up here. We get through that, we can see this at 25 short term. QCOR, which has been consolidating nicely in this kind of consolidation range here, broke out today up $1.94, 6.6%. More that declining top line was taken out, and I'm expecting a quick test of the 34 zone up near the late July high, and then a move up towards the channel top at 40.41. Swing trade recommendation WPRT followed through nicely today, up another $1.47, 5.5%. Volume was about 1.1 million, not excessive, but and we are up against resistance here, so I'd look to see whether we can accelerate to test the $30 range, which is our short-term swing trade target. If we get through that, a retest of 33 is in order. Eventually, though, I'm looking for a stock to make it to the 40, 42 zone. STMP has been stellar this last few months. The swing trade idea put on yesterday, it followed through today with another 92 cents or 4%, and is now near a test of the old high up at 25, 5.25 zone. We get through that, look for a move up towards the 29.30 zone, my swing trade target. That's a swing trade recommendation as well. LQDT, after this big pop in early September, then a couple tests here, exploded when the market peaked and then rolled over hard when the market did, but it held a key support zone Snap back yesterday and followed through with another $1.09 today at 3.5%. Looking for more upside and retested a high at 36.50. That's my short-term target. We get through that, maybe something about 40 is doable. Seattle Genetics just continues to be explosive looking. And after a quick pullback here, held the trend line, exploded, and is right back up to the June highs, right at it. And should we get above this zone here, we can see a move up to about 23.75, 24 will be my short-term target. Smart Balance. I want you to take a look at this chart. You can see that a long-term declining top line going back 3 years was broken here with a thrust. There is some lateral price resistance in this zone right here, which may be tested as quickly as tomorrow. But I'm looking for further upside. I think the stock can get up towards the $9 range, maybe even an initial target, and then secondary target up around 12. Smart Balance making a nice move here. BioMarin, been a beautiful trend and is right at the top of that channel, but I feel that with the way it's acted during this market decline and with the beautiful reversal it's had the last 3 days, that we're going to blow through it and get up into the mid-30s rather quickly, maybe even 37, 38 zone. MELA, I wanted to point that out today because it had a kind of an inside day. Notice this trading session on very quiet volume. After holding support right here for 3-4 days at that gap, the stock was able to bounce up to their highs, pull back, and then today had this inside day. Often when I see this, it leads to a breakout and a move up higher. Let's look for 7, 7.5 short term, 8.5, 9 intermediate term. Cubist. Well, the declining top line was broken here, retested and retested again this week. Then a beautiful 3-day reversal has brought it right back up to the highs in this zone. That's your near-term resistance and target, and we may reach that tomorrow. To get through that, I'm looking for a move towards 39.5, my first target. Secondary target up around 42. Endologix has been beautiful all year. Look at this rising channel. Even though its market pullback, held here, reversed. Now today it had a quiet kind of an inside day, and the pattern still shows me a consolidation flag type pattern in here with a 1, 2, 3 wave corrected move. If we can break out here, we can thrust higher and see this in the 12, 12.5 zone pretty quickly, maybe even as high as 14. I may put this on as a swing trade if I see the proper volume. ALXN, Alexion, with a monster move from 46 to the high 60s, and then a pullback quickly here during the market decline. Snap back in the last couple of days up another 93 cents today, but I'm looking for a retest of the highs around 69 and then eventually a move into the mid 70s. And lastly today, good old Mitek got up to resistance at the declining top sign and lateral price resistance and backed off. That's kind of normal. Volume was lower. I like to see that. It was only off 21 cents or 2% today. I'm still looking for a move through this line. That's going to be important. If we do get that with any kind of volume, immediately we should see 11. And then about around 12, possibly as high as 13 for a retest. Those are my two targets, 11 and 13. Beyond that, 16. That's it for tonight and this week. You guys have a good weekend. We'll talk to you Monday night. Bye-bye.